So welcome back, dear viewers, as we rejoin our erstwhile lost Cleith, Anton, and his adventures in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Anton has had a day and a night and, general normal activity. But today he's finally going to get a text.
Text message. The guy jumps. No, yeah, he flicks open the phone, reading it.
Yeah, so he's going to just shoot you a weird look for being a weirdo.
Probably forgot it was on fucking vibrate. So he's like, duh. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's just gonna cork a bra at him. They're actually having time to chill the fuck out around the house. The thing that hasn't happened in a while. And yeah, you have a text from Becca.
Yeah, he'll probably probably sitting there lighting like literally mid lighting a cigarette, and then we'll look down, reading it.
It says, let me check a quick thing. Says it just says meet at my place at 6.
Takes a drag of his cigarette and just goes, yeah, sure, no problem.
You get a winky face.
Yeah, you just nod. Looks over at Suzanne, casually.
Yeah, Suzanne be chilling. Probably enjoying the fact that for once you're not running all over creation and is like straight up koala latched, just chilling on the couch.
I got pop out at 6.
Hmm? For what?
Gotta do work.
Okay.
I'll be back soon. Peck her on the top of the head.
Remember when we used to go do stuff?
We're gonna do stuff. This way I can get some money so we can go do stuff.
What point are you gonna let us actually go do stuff and think Heidi's gonna be okay though?
Well, that's because we're gonna do stuff and we're gonna have a good time of it. And well, we'll have a family day. Grins. Maybe a family party. I'm sure we'll see what happens.
Alright. Well, fair's fair. Sure. You do your thing at 6. And tomorrow I get to go out.
Sure.
And you can stay with Heidi. Pokes his nose.
Can do that. Grins. Besides, I'm not going out. I actually got business to do. With Smirk.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh, what are you doing?
The same thing I've always done. But without my prized accomplice. Because someone's got to stay and watch Heidi.
You sure you're alright going out on your own?
I mean, I did it up until you came around.
Okay.
I'll be alright.
Yeah.
What?
No.
I need more photos.
Where are you taking them?
Kind of shrugs. Kind of handful of places I could go.
Okay.
I haven't really settled on one.
Alright then.
Let you know where I'm going. I'll
Better.
keep my phone on.
You better.
Or else.
I'll come out there.
And then who's gonna watch Heidi?
I'll bring her with me.
Oh. Serious business.
Yeah. If I have to come out there, it will be.
I'll be fine.
Doesn't matter. Just gonna have to deal with me being super hyper protective. Part of the contract.
Part of the contract?
It's on the, print. On print.
From the fine print?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Sorry.
I mean, we could cut to the chase and you and Heidi could just all go.
Works.
Yeah?
We could.
Well, good. I love you and Heidi dearly, but I'm not gonna lie to you. She reaches up and pats your cheek. If I have to stay in the house another day, I'm going to scream.
No, it's fine. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I could get Christine to watch her too.
She kind of quirks a brow. Doesn't she think she's like a work friend or something?
Yeah. You leave that with me.
Okay.
If worse comes to worse, I could try that. If it doesn't work, I'll either come with you or I'll be close by, keeping an eye on you.
Like a creep.
Yeah.
Well, as long as we're clear on how that's going to go down. Okay.
You all right?
I'm okay. Just, I'm used to being out a lot more.
I know. Well, I didn't exactly plan to have fun. You kind of gesture. Kind of unforeseen circumstances.
I know. But in all fairness, she again reaches up, pokes his nose pointedly. I've been doing much of the watching, and you've been doing a
Hey.
lot of the doing.
Hey, I've been doing my bit.
And it's been like a week since I've been able to even like leave the house.
I'm trying to get money for a place of my own so I can put her in with me.
Oh. Thought you were just doing the thing with the old place.
Doing a bit of both. The old place is going to take some time, and I want something to lay her down with that's secure, and I don't want her sleeping in the middle of nowhere, you know?
Yeah, I suppose.
Probably the old place is a bit better, it's just that I need some stable support. Money-wise, that's why I'm doing work with Becca. I've been promised cash. Cash that I can get a proper bed and put it in there.
All right.
So, like, I'm actually trying to alleviate some of the pressure off you. It's just, that's what I'm going to do tonight. I got to do more work.
I know. Just
And
even for a little bit, it'd be nice to go out and do my normal shit.
I'm not stopping you. Just smile.
Well, you're not stopping me, but you're not home.
I'll be home. Just as long as I can keep my eye on you. And you let me know, I'll either come with you or I'll be around. I'm not stopping you from doing your thing. Especially if it's that important to you. And pat her hand.
Yeah, sorry. I probably should have done something earlier, but
Don't worry about it. Enjoying the solace. Just next time, give me a heads up so I can plan properly, so I can make sure you can get as much time as you can. Smile.
Okay.
See that? Look at that. Communication. Wink.
It's like it's important or something.
No. Really?
She like scrunches her nose, reaches up, ruffles his hair, leaves it all fucking akimbo.
It's almost like we're in a relationship or something. He rolls his eyes.
Yeah, we went the kid route pretty fast though. Man, they grow
Ah.
up fast.
I know. I mean, like, it was just whoops, boom. Bit awkward.
One day you just came home with some mysterious daughter.
It was you. It was all you.
Me?
Mhm.
Me? I am not the
Couldn't-
one finding
Just couldn't control herself. God, Susie.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Look here, you.
Takes a step back, like,
It's
oh.
like she like leans further up on him, like, "Look here, you pointy finger."
Like, he's immediately cowed, like, duh.
Right. Grr. Flops.
Rawr. And I'm assuming you're going to be concerned now that I'm doing work with Becca.
Concerned?
Yeah. You had the big concerned face last time.
I know enough to know that please be careful. Like they get into way harder shit than I do. Like I know I'm like the wild girl around here, but like I'm really comparatively not. Like busting into some abandoned property really has nothing on the kind of shit that she and her dad get up to. I told you they're the local dealers.
I know. I'm careful. Although, play with both of her fingers. You didn't see how I got into that place.
What?
The one I had to break into to steal the car.
Yeah, but
Turns out they were all there.
Jesus.
Hey, security's cameras didn't even catch me. Wink.
I'm not worried about security cameras. I'm worried about guns. I'm worried about like proper thug people.
I got this.
Please don't get all shot up. I can't raise a kid by myself. I'm too young.
I won't get all shut up. Don't worry.
There's like a mildly stern face.
Didn't realize you cared so much.
What?
Smirks.
I don't see where there's any doubt. Like any.
No, just surprised. You're meant to be like the wild party girl and all that.
Look, I love me a good party. And I do some, I do some shit. And it's fun. But it's not dangerous like that. Like, it's dangerous enough to be fun. But, yeah.
I know. Squeezes her hand.
She again makes like a very brief, very mild little frown at him, like, so there, essentially.
I'll be safe, I promise.
Better leave your phone on.
I'll leave my phone on, don't worry.
Good.
Great. Smirks.
There's another mild pout. But all in all, is there anything in particular you want to do in the intervening time until it gets on towards evening?
Checks on Heidi. That'd be the main thing.
Oh, yeah.
Checks on his sister, checks on, what I mean, that type of shit.
I mean, Heidi's there around the house having a good old time.
Probably go in and set up the generator in their house, probably if he has some spare time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep, you do. You have ample time to go. Well, I mean, like I said, Heidi's around the house. She's having a good old time. She's enjoying the new music, singing and whatnot. You check in on your sister. That's kind of situation normal. And, excuse me. You also have ample time to go by the, quote, Old Miller place with your pickup and have so much fun hauling that generator inside.
you just probably rock it up to Glabro and do it. I imagine that it'll probably take less than the load off his spine.
Yes. Yes, and Krynos is one of those things where it's like, ease is good, floorboards are also good.
He'll do it in Glabro. Convenient. The best of both worlds.
Yes. It'll still be a bitch. But but yeah, you can do it. So yeah, you set the generator inside. You do have enough time to kind of look it over. It's pretty clearly marked with like, here's where gasoline goes in. This is where power comes out. It's not the most convoluted thing in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you probably just said about doing it, you know what I mean? And then when it rolls around 6 o'clock, he'll make sure he's there for your one, for Becca.
Rebecca.
Yes.
All right, good sir. You and your handy dandy pickup roll out. And soon enough, where is my R20? There it is. We will roll up to where good old Mr. Sarantos and daughter make their or have their abode.
Yep. Parks the car up, takes out a cigarette as he's walking, like lighting it, and
All right. Pop on a cigarette. Becca and her father are both in the garage as usual, albeit not working on anything in particular. They're actually set over where more of a workbench area is. Excuse me, I'm gonna have to get another energy drink at this rate. It's kind of a workbench area. There's a number of tools. Give me a perception alertness.
okay.
Do it. Let's get back into these rolls.
2
All
successes.
right. 4-2. All in all, same old, same old. It's a big ass garage. Most of the big doors are closed, just the one is open. You can see the two of them sitting, talking. She's smoking. In this case, even he is smoking. And while there aren't a ton of things that stick out, there is the fact that you're pretty sure you don't need a duffel bag to do mechanic work, for one.
Mm-hmm.
And not all those papers laid out are schematics.
Cool. He'll lean against the door of the garage, like probably making the sound of him lighting the cigarette as the signal that he's there.
Oh yeah. They both, of course, glance over. Her first with that crooked grin and a mild gesture in greeting. And oh god. And Ambrose will glance up, look down at the papers. She meanwhile will actually gesture you into the garage properly.
Yep. Walks in.
Oh, I really am gonna have to go down and get another one. So yeah, she gestures you in. And we'll give the kind of workbench / desk area a bit of a pat. So you only into stealing cars?
Yeah.
What, really?
Well, it's whatever you need me to do.
That's more like it. She gives you a thump on the shoulder. Ambrose again just kind of glances up like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Kind of nods, takes a drag. So what do you guys need?
Need to restock. And we don't like both leaving the house at the same time.
On what exactly? Eyebrow raise?
Doesn't matter. Another grin.
Not particularly, but it's always good to know what you're getting. It's always good to know what you're trying to get and make sure you're getting it.
I'll know what we're getting.
Okay. No, just nods like, all right then.
But I don't like walking in alone. Dad really doesn't like me walking in alone. Kind of rolls a glance over. He shoots her a bit of a glare, finally stands up, drops his own cigarette and, grinds it out with his heel. our stock is low. So you're going to go and get more. She has the money, points. Here is some gear, points at the duffel. You make sure you get in, you get the thing, you bring it back, you bring her back. Gestures with his head. To Becca, of course, who is grinning fit to split her face.
Snods.
These mountain folk are jumpy.
Okay.
And he shoves the duffel, down the workbench towards you, just kind of like, skids it along.
Yeah, he'll take it. Casually zip it open as well. Like, again, keeping the veneer of coolness, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. And of course, like, you may be using a veneer. Becca almost immediately plunges her hand in, pulls out a pretty hefty fucking handgun, and stuffs it into the back of her pants.
What else am I seeing in there? Just handguns, or what else am I getting?
There's another handgun or two. There's spare ammo. There is a pretty decent chunk of cash.
He'll take the handgun, take the spare bits of ammo. Like, he had firearms once, so he knows the basics. You know what I mean? Load it and all that, and put it behind his pants, like the back of his jeans. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And there will be an assessing glance from either of them. One more subtly than the other. Becca takes a glance to see how you react to being just straight out foisted a gun. Ambrose is actively studying.
I'm gonna keep my manip sub up, man. I'm gonna keep my veneer of I am in control.
You're totally cool right now. Cool as a cucumber, one might say. Go figure.
Oh yeah, I really am.
You really are, at least as far as they can tell.
I mean, he does know how to load and unload a gun, so in back of the pants,
Yep.
And while I'm here, I'm actually gonna get this underway. I'm gonna roll to activate persuasion because it activates for the rest of the scene.
It does.
I'll roll my charisma sub. Just a fail, but I can try reactivate it when we get up there, so it's nothing too bad.
I'm trying to after a couple minutes have passed.
Yeah.
Get your juices back. So I've got a location. I've got a vehicle they recognize. Important note. Usually goes off without a hitch. And of course her father admittedly shoots her almost immediately, kind of a hooded glare. Usually. Maybe not so much last time.
What happened last time?
Last time the price changed.
Okay. What am I to do if that happens again?
Depends on how froggy they get.
Let's put it at worst case scenario then.
I mean, worst case scenario, better than us.
Okay.
Best case scenario, they get froggy. We take the shit anyways and we go. We leave the cash that was agreed upon because we still need the source. We really can't afford to lose the dealer.
Okay. Dealer's priority. Got it.
Yep. Just we'll be fine. Gives him another thump on the shoulder.
I'm a peony the fuck out of the we'll be fine. Ah, 4.
You get the impression that she has plenty to say, but if anything, it is actually her father's glowering that has made her reconsider. It's not that she won't say, it's just, man, last thing I need to do is get him worked up. So I'll just wait. I'll just hold on to that, put a pin in it.
All right. Are we all ready, or do we gotta wait around?
Oh, no, by the time we get there, it'll be proper dark.
Cool.
And if we're lucky, we get there first.
Well, let's make sure we're lucky then.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looks at her like, well, I'm following. You're leading. Type of gesture.
And she kind of looks up and it's like, oh, don't worry, Pops, we'll be fine. Actually does, like, pull him down, his gruff overall demeanor aside, and plants a kiss, like, obnoxiously on his cheek. He thankfully doesn't, like, react in any violent kind of way. He's just kind of looking at her like, really, why are you like this? And as she's finally kind of going to lead you out, hefting the duffel, shoots you just that extra little bit of a look, that extra little bit of a glare. Bring her back safe.
Oh well.
He just kind of jerks his nose after her and goes about rolling up papers, setting things back to situation normal.
Yeah, he follows after. Hauling the duffel bag over his shoulder.
No, very well. You can have the duffel bag. See if I care.
Good.
Ugh, titties.
Ah.
I am mature. But yeah, she leads you on over, heads over to her vehicle, and yeah, just kind of gestures you around.
He just gets in.
Yep, pops in the front seat. Comically, does in fact put on her seatbelt.
Yeah, he does too.
She shoots you the slyest little side glance, like, oh, good. I worried you'd forget.
Smirks. So what are you wanting to say that you're not going to say in front of your dad?
Oh, she, twists the key, kicks up the ignition. Guys are weird as fuck. Puts it in reverse, starts getting them out of the lot there.
Define weird.
Look, Dad says jumpy. I say they're pretty fucking weird. They're twitchy.
All right then.
Not so much necessarily go for the gun twitchy, but sometimes they put your hairs up,
Get that?
Shifts the gear, starts driving, still smoking, casually as she goes. She seems to know precisely where she's going, and promptly heads away from town.
Yeah, while they're driving, before he starts speaking, I'll try activate persuasion again. And is it diff 7 for persuasion?
So.
Yes.
I think so you're good.
Yeah, so it kicks off. And he'll lean back. So, I'm assuming you're the one doing the talking, yeah?
Yep.
Do you need me to say anything?
Still trying to decide whether or not I want them to think I'm alone, just to see what they'll do.
Jumping out on people like that who are twitchy could set off something.
Oh, you don't have to jump in. But I kind of wonder what they'd do if they thought I was by my onesies. Usually Dad comes with.
You want to take that risk? Particularly if you need this deal to go through smoothly, there could be a situation we want this deal to go smoothly.
Yeah, fuck it. I got a big enough family that we couldn't take the property anyways. Shifts gears. Keeps going. Looks actually mildly annoyed.
Besides, if they have anybody I don't know. If they have any people waiting in the wings. Smirks.
I mean, probably.
Oh no.
Yeah. Got
Winks.
superpowers, Mountain Man?
Yeah. Smirks.
She just kind of shrugs. Seems to have thought it a joke. Then yeah, for the most part seems reasonably businesslike. She does take a couple of them corners way too intensely because maybe she likes feeling the wheel pick up a bit off the ground. But she's just having a little bit of fun on her way.
Okay.
I will actually be right back. I'm gonna get this fucking drink because I cannot handle all the yawning I'm doing right now. Give me one quick second to run down to my fridge. All right. So for what it's worth, as you're pulling up to this place, the sky has notably darkened. She is like you are in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, the mountains. And she is taking the most obscure, least traveled side roads and bullshit that you have ever seen in your life. And what she will be doing is slowly working her way to, and you can tell, you go past several abandoned properties. This isn't too far from the kind of situation you were in one of the first couple times you went out with Suzanne. Like this is a place where like even the people living out in the middle of nowhere can't really, too far from civilization to be really useful unless you want to live off the land real serious like. This ain't very hospitable.
Mm-hmm.
And the cost of property tax, driving people out. So, abandoned properties, and when she finally does pull up, sun's almost completely out. You've got like the littlest bit of twilight left, and you're rolling up to this charming abandoned home.
Okay. Two things Anton does. One, willpower for whisper catching. And I think I have to declare that seizing the edge is active. So it is active. You know what I mean? So that's two gifts that I'm gonna reflexively keep, on or something.
All right, let me take a quick glance. Do you have the text form in here?
No, I do not.
That is okay.
I know whisper catching, you just spend a willpower point, so.
That is fine. I just want to make sure I know what they're going to do. There's that. All right, let's take a quick look here. There we go. Seizing the edge. Oh, no, you're good. Seizing the edge is essentially a passive. If you actually take the benefit more than once, it starts costing you gnosis, but it is passively active.
Okay.
And your first one is free.
Hey. But yes, I will. Yeah, I will. Yeah, whisper catching is active, so I'll just walk up with Becca, keeping calm.
Yeah. So you approach this charming abandoned home, lit up by the headlights of the car. Which, for the record, she will leave running.
Mm-hmm.
She leaves that bitch on. She leaves the headlights on. And, hops out. Just puts it in park, pulls the emergency brake. And, before you guys hop out of the car, we'll turn a side glance. Hope you got balls of steel, Mountain Man.
Winks as he's getting out of the car.
A little bit of nod.
So whisper catching. What do I hear essentially as I'm walking?
There you go. For the moment, you are not hearing anything in particular. You're hearing, let me eyeball this real fast. It's technically supposed to only apply specifically to whispered speech, but I mean, you're hearing normal night sounds. It's about that point at the night where you've got most of your daytime critters have gone into their dens, gone into their nests, gone into all that, but the more nocturnal things are starting to get up and moving. If there are raccoons, possums, coyotes, whatever have you, things that are more lively at night, well, they're up and moving now. You've got crickets, probably even got some cicadas this time of the year.
Okay. Gonna make my way up to that house.
Oh yeah. She tactically unloads a few things from the duffel. And walks right along with you. Duffel shrugged. Hands him, well, one hand on the duffel, one hand on her cigarette. And yeah, she just fucking walks right in, bold as brass.
Yep, he follows after.
And she, at one point, like, pulls out her phone that's probably silenced. Actually, knowing her, she actually probably just has a no shit watch. So she, like, rolls her wrist over, clicks on the screen of the watch, kind of thoughtfully frowns, like, And, once she is inside, finds a particular, like, door frame. She doesn't seem uncomfortable. She's not creeping around. She's not checking the corners. Just pops her butt against the door frame. She is probably familiar in this place. And shrugs. Now we wait for them to show.
How early are we?
Not very.
Okay.
Too long. Feel their car rolling up.
Nods to prop himself up against the wall so he has a good peripheral view of who can come in, who can go out. It's kind of like I see everything. You know what I mean? It's that type of position.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody can creep up on me, essentially. You know, kind of that's the position he has.
Or at least the best possible position for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, she sits there and she waits. Checks her watch a couple times. Kind of squints over. You done anything like this before?
It's my business.
That's a no.
The worst.
Grins.
Smirks back. I don't know worse than this.
Yeah. Nightmare stopped yet?
Did they stop for you?
They just don't scare me anymore.
Shrugs. Whatever keeps you awake at night, I guess.
Or doesn't, as the case may be.
We'll see.
And I will let you roll a perception alertness.
Ooh, depending on my diff, but I did get 2 10s. So it could be 3, could be 2.
It's 2. So yeah, more it sounds mostly like ambient sound. And at a distance, like there's some ambient noise reasonably near to the house, like I don't know, fucking raccoon shuffle too close,
Yeah, I
whatever.
imagine like leaves and raccoons and yeah, the usual sounds of nature.
Hmm. And you do hear off a bit, a good distance away. You hear the car like starting to roll up onto the property.
They're
You're a
here.
vehicle.
We just
She
say they're
glances
here.
up midway through, like lighting another cigarette. Glances at her watch again. Yeah, about time.
Again, he'll lean up, hands casually in his jacket, but what he'll do is just the gun is in his jacket essentially. Do you know what I mean? He's got
All
time.
right. Describe to me the position you're at. What all are you trying to make sure you can see? I assume that at the very least the front door.
Front door, any side doors. When they walk in, I want to be able to see where they sit. I want to see Becca. I want to see who's sitting where, what movements are they making, and I want to be able to position so I can whisper catching here and react accordingly. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I have the peripheral area so I can hear the surrounding area, and I want to kind of center myself around that. You know?
All right. So, you're set here. I assume you're scanning regularly.
Mm-hmm.
So, the first thing I'm going to do is tell you that, well, she doesn't seem to react to it all. She doesn't seem to hear or see or whatever, anything in particular. You do begin to hear a soft whispering, like mumbling.
Can I pick up what it's saying?
It's not especially intelligible just yet. It's almost it starts sounding almost like a bit of a hum, and it varies a little bit. It's mumbling, and eventually little trailing phrases like have to be sure, have to be sure.
You say very calmly. You said these guys are weird, right?
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Do they go on with the phrase have to be sure?
What?
Do they always say that they have to be sure?
What? No. I mean, not out of context. No.
Where is this exactly am I hearing this whispering from?
It kind of circles a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's again, it's the same kind of phrase. It's I have to be sure. Have to be safe. No surprises. And just little bits that you pick up. Most of it's mumbling, and it varies. And since again with whisper catching, you essentially auto succeed on hearing it. It first is at one side of the house, it devolves to a little bit of a hum, it trails off. It's at the other side of the house. It's something you can kind of track a little bit. At one point, it in fact seems fairly close up by the back, just to where you can see it. This is I mean, let's face it, this is not a very expansive building, and from where you're set, you can see the front door, you can see the back door, and set between kind of the front and back halves of the house, as it were. You can keep a good track on most of the windows.
Okay. Very casually, he'll click the safety off of the gun. Do you know what I mean? Very
Mm-hmm.
casually. What type of gun is this? This is like a revolver or a Glock, like or a hand, like a 9mm.
I mean, I don't know my guns, but it's
Like,
heavy.
do I have to imagine? Do I have to pull the hammer back like you do in a revolver, essentially?
Um, you can cock the top of the gun, whatever the fuck
Yeah,
it's called.
you will. You will. Quietly though.
I mean, it is inherently not a very quiet noise. I mean, the car has only just pulled up outside. As this whole thing is going on, the car has been rolling slowly up. You hear like the brakes applied, a little bit of a screeching. Not an unnecessary point, just that little hiss of the brakes being applied. You hear the car stop rolling. But you have a chance to click it, at which point, she kind of, I mean, Becca turns you a glance.
There's something outside. And it's not them. Somebody's here.
You sure it's not just one of them coming?
No.
Well,
Just keep your eye out.
for what it's worth, she's not gonna prep her own gun at the moment. She does reach back to click the safety off.
Might be
Are
one of them.
you still scanning? Like where is your attention while this is happening?
Those fucking windows where I keep hearing it.
All right, give me another perception alertness.
Oh,
Oh,
good roll.
good friend. So you are in this charming abode. You hear the mumbling, and at one point again, it gets reasonably strong.
Mm-hmm.
Not loud, just clearer, as if it's close enough that you can make it out better. And as you're scanning, you flick a glance to the ones more ahead of you, and you cock a glance over your shoulder like that corner of the eye look, and you see this.
He stares for the longest time. Doesn't react. Doesn't breathe. But it say very softly. Which window is this?
This is basically like you're kind of facing the roughly the direction Becca's in. This is Beck kind of behind you. She's facing the doorway, so this would be off to a side and kind of through a wall for her. As you're glancing back, you see the fingers move the tiniest bit. They just curl ever so slightly. The head very abruptly cocks aside, and the figure dashes.
Contact.
What do you mean contact?
Back window.
She's like she's torn because she's kind of keeping an eye on the front door because after all, they're like you can hear feet hitting the ground. She does like lean back through that kind of entryway to flick a glance to the window.
Dashed off into the bushes.
You better not be hearing shit.
I saw it. Again, his voice is very cold. You know what I mean? Like, it's gone from we're now fucking around with this to I am about debating shifting up into Krynos and killing everybody here. Serious. You know what I mean? His voice suddenly is. I imagine she's seen Anton as very, like, easygoing and charming. No, this is cold. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, he has successfully done a lot of posturing with her. For what it's worth, when you glanced back, as that headcock happened, whispering stopped abruptly.
She's seen me.
All right, well, keep your shit straight. We've still got to do a deal.
All my shit is straight. Just be ready.
Mm-hmm. Guarantee you, however many walk in, there's still at least one outside. She kind of nods the front door as there are, in fact, approaching boots.
Nods.
So, where are you looking and what are you doing as boots approach the front door?
Again, keeps to that casual wall. Lets Becca do the talking, but he's still listening for that thing he saw. Again, acting as essentially the glorified bodyguard, which he's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Where are your eyes?
On the windows.
Even with approaching footsteps, you say?
It's more of I'm looking straight ahead of me, as I'm told to do. I'm not turning to greet you unless I'm addressed. You know, it's that type of thing. Is I'm keeping my, you know what I mean? Unless my boss tells me to, you know, do you know what I mean? It's that type of convey. You know.
All right, give me one more perception alertness. This one will be slightly more difficult without the whispering as a guide.
It's just a fail though.
Yep. So nothing yet. But as boots come up to the door, you'll see this charming gentleman.
Anton will turn with Becca then at that point.
Who it occurs to me I should take notes on. And Becca, for what it's worth, keeps her butt propped against the door frame. And as this man kind of shoulders his way through the busted doorway, kind of jerks her head up, greeting. Hey, Joseph. And he does much the same, though he'll distractedly glance you over as he does so, because you are a new factor.
Anton just stares at him. Sup?
Takes a moment, pauses, kind of scratching at his jawline thoughtfully. Glances over to Becca. Why did you bring your boyfriend? Kind of gestures roughly towards you. She kind of gets indignant. Fuck you, who I brought. Don't worry about it. Did you bring your shit or not? And they will devolve into reasonably amiable bickering. Give me another perception alertness. Oh yeah, he's carrying.
Cool. I make a flex knowing that I'm carrying too. You know, it's that kind of casual roll of the shoulders, but it's kind of known of like, yeah, you're carrying, I'm fucking carrying. You know what I mean?
And the two of them will begin, again, quote, good-natured banter.
How is this going?
Give me a peony. How it's going is, I mean, you have movies for comparison. It seems, I mean, there is tension. There's absolutely tension. But they're not really arguing. They're obviously, like, they're feeling each other out a bit. And he's, go figure, trying to nudge for more money.
Okay.
Let us see how this little interaction is going. Minimize that. I'll give him... Pull like about this. And his approach is kind of brusque, kind of forceful. Very much as though he seems to feel as though he has the upper hand in this, because after all, he has the goods and you don't. Neither of them is necessarily going by name on this. But he's taking kind of a forceful, kind of bullyish approach.
How is Becca reacting to this?
We're gonna find out. We're going to roll this first. She's not backing down. She's not coming on as strong as you know she can, but she's not backing down on it. She's kind of got proverbially planted her foot on the whole thing. She's not she's putting her fucking foot down on it.
I'm gonna weigh in.
Oh, are you?
I'm gonna go with a manipulation intimidation this time, actually.
All right.
Persuasion is active. He'll lean forward by Becca, showing that he's backed up to Becca and going, "This is the price. We've done it before. And none of us want to fuck around now, do we? We're not backing down, and you know you ain't got enough goods to supply long enough and consistent enough when we're your main dealers in this place. So quit trying to short stall us and get on with it."
See, that's 3. Oh, well, he seems like a pretty sturdy guy. We'll give him that. He actually doesn't give a lot of ground. He pulls back. The only reason there's short supply is that there are so many who want it. You have to split it. There are others who will take what you do not.
Yeah, but they can't guarantee the sell rate that we have.
Give me a manipulation subterfuge.
Ooh, for me.
Bullshit. Like it is your job.
With persuasion, that's 2.
Oh, that is right. You do have persuasion up. Okay.
And also, in terms of what we can do in terms of the mountain area, we can know hideaways, we know stash points, we know places that can get in and out of the town without anybody noticing. We have a high consumer base. I'm going to use seizing the edge on this as well.
Haha. There you go. First one's free. And he doesn't look initially like he's going to go for it. He, in fact, begins to argue that, of course, they know there are different places. They have their own hiding places. They have their own waypoints. But you get him in the point that, while it's not that the town is huge, Becca will, in fact, weigh in, pointing out that it's not so much even the town. It's, yeah, but how far can you stretch compared to how far we can? And you start finally backing him up on it. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
So, no point in trying to short stall us when we know we can get you even more profit. Short stalling us only makes us angry, which means you lose a valuable customer base.
He considers this. He's still, again, his tactic has been very similar to yours in that it's a lot of bullying. Not so much sweet talking, not so much force of personality, but straight up intimidation, not even necessarily with the idea that he's big, which helps, but the idea that, you know, he can do as he likes. He has the supply, you have the demand. But between the two of you, you do start backing him down. I want you to roll me another perception alertness.
Thing on my diff.
Oh no, you get it. You're both focused on this guy, but you're the one in this case who's going to see it. And maybe it's because this time it's lit up. It's kind of backlit by the headlights.
Okay.
The mumbling starts aggressively again.
What exactly is it saying?
Let me...
Because I would imagine I hear it, you know, when we whisper catching.
Oh, you do. Let me check a quick thing. Pardon my stalling. So I check this. And I check this, and I roll a thing. Give her a pull about like that. Oh boy. So what's going to happen is you're going to roll me also a primal urge.
My primal urge is. Upgrade? Yeah, it is that many because I haven't activated the fetish yet. Oh, my diff is, but I think I at least get a success.
Oh, you do. What's going to happen is you feel kind of your skin prickle, the hairs begin to kind of stand up. And that is perhaps why you take that slight variation of a glance, spot it there in the window again. The fingers are curling more excitedly for a moment as it starts chanting, "Oh, I see you. I see you. I know what you are. I see you." And she darts again.
Pulls the gun right at your man. Like, I mean, it's so fucking fast.
And yeah, this is about where conversation with him has gotten reasonably copacetic. So both he and Becca. Becca kind of startles a bit.
Like, I mean, it's like probably Becca's not even ready for how fucking fast that was. I imagine a little bit of rage was involved in that. Just boom.
Yeah, if you want to blow rage, I'll say you even beat him on the draw.
Yep. Like it's right at his dome. Just,
yeah. I mean, you pull the fucking gun. You've got it lined up right with his head. He's got his hand back on his own. You can tell. Becca's kind of finally floundering for hers.
The next time I see your person at the window, one's going in your leg.
He just kind of shoots you a puzzled look.
Turns, again, cold. The next time I see your person in the window.
You think I come alone?
No. But I know when somebody's watching, when somebody's trying to come in. So the next time it happens, we ain't kosher no more. You clear? I'll roll
intimidation. You'll also
roll intimidation, man, because that's pretty fucking scary.
I mean, you will also hear, for what it's worth, some here and there. You'll hear trailing conversation from back towards the vehicles.
Mm-hmm. Roll that intimidation, Cage. What you want to roll, charisma or fucking manip?
I'd say charisma, because you're not fucking lying.
That's the point. Yeah, I'm not. Oh Jesus, no, it's a fail. But like, you know, the point is made.
I mean, it's still a gun pointed at his head. For what it's worth, though, he picks up a hand. Put down your pea shooter, little man, unless you want to ruin. I will leave. And then what will you do?
Now this is where Anton has his fun, Katie. This is where I take the fun. Can I take a rage?
If you like, yeah. Considering you know something's there and he's not acknowledging it.
Cool. I take a rage. And I will spend willpower. Anton turns and glares at him with his cold, dead eye. And I'll roll this time. I will roll manip intimidation because I'm trying to be as subtle about it as I can, but it's meant to convey the threat. I'll spend a willpower though on this.
What are you doing?
Leans forward, keeping the barrel on his head. As that glare fixes his face, that cold, dead glare. What will I do? I'll find somebody else. And this little pea shooter will go somewhere, do many things, and do dark things. And do things that, well, a guy like you will never see home again and your friends before I'm finished. So if you want to fuck me around, and we're not going to dance and have a drink and do our deal, but you want to fucking have your people watching us, have your people try to scope because Ambrose isn't here, then we have a fucking problem. Now, you're my friends might get me on a draw, but I'll take you with me. So you want to take the chance? Or you want to do the deal, take the money, and get the fuck out of here? But don't ever try and fuck with me. Because I see you and your friends before you'll see me.
He finally, like, has his hands kind of up, like, Jesus fuck, because you're getting needlessly intense.
I mean, his eyes like blaze. You know what I mean?
He takes a fucking step back, not like fleeing, just retreats a step, hands up. Becca's admittedly kind of shooting a what the fuck? He's like, and I see you, and you are right here.
So call your boys off.
My boys are doing nothing.
Not in the window they ain't. Or do you think I'm fucking lying?
And he, let me think. Let me first roll this for him.
Nobody, yeah, that's the point. You know what I mean? It's pretty. Like, I'm not even going to dispute that he looks honest. It just looks like a fucking psychopath. But high rage and paranoia, man.
Mm-hmm. Nah, he's still got the hands up and he's withdrawn a step. One might think that there is slightly less to be afraid of when one is watching through a window as opposed to pointing gun at head. My men are doing nothing.
And how do I know
But
you're
if
lying?
you keep this up, my men will be doing something very quickly.
Is that a threat?
Is a promise, is what they're trained to do.
Oh, fuck me.
It's very matter of fact. He's still got his hands up and everything. The hands off the gun.
Yeah. And what I said is a promise as well. So you're going to tell me who's by the window? Or are we going to dance?
This is my sister.
Is he lying? You lying, buddy.
Is he lying?
Yeah, is he? Is he? I got 3.
No, he's not.
You see? That's all you had to say. Why the deception?
Sweeps a hand. What is deception?
And now the
You
next
bring
role,
someone, I bring someone.
now the role I'm going to make is very, very important because she says, I know what you are, right?
That is one of the whispers you heard. For what it's worth, when you pulled the gun, the whispers go completely fucking silent again.
Good. I'm going to roll Sense Worm on him. I don't get anything, but
You don't?
Still doesn't mean that he's sus as fuck because she's like, I know what you are. Ooh, and I felt something tingle. You know what I mean? I felt that.
Oh yeah, you try to flash him with it. You're not getting anything.
Yeah, but he's definitely suspecting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I know Ambrose doesn't appreciate his daughter being taken advantage of, and there is, if I wasn't here, well, that's How many people did I hear outside on my own?
You hear like
Catching?
two just shooting the shit back by the cars. They're not even
That's
close to the
4.
House.
That's 4 on 1.
It's not my fault you have fewer people than I do.
Yeah, when your people are too loud.
Start hearing hissed. Do you still have the gun leveled on him?
Yep.
Oh man, you are hearing some malicious, nasty little things being murmured.
And if your sister keeps saying these nasty things,
He just like shoots you this look like, what are you even on about? Like, he's still
because
got his hands up. He's looking around like at one point he even shoots a look to Becca, and she's kind of she tries to kind of blank face it, but he's looking at her, looking around, looking at you because he doesn't hear shit.
if your sister keeps saying these things about me,
Oh, like essentially it's hissing, if you hurt him, I won't kill you. But I will find everyone you love. I will take them away. Like, she has grown extremely agitated. It gets very graphic very fast. Whatever or whoever she is, she's not a fan of this gun thing you're doing.
but like I said, if your sister continues to threaten me and her, well, then that sweet, sweet promise that she's making to herself right now about killing my loved ones, Becca's loved ones, well, she can try. If I hear one more mumbling peep out of her, then we're dancing, and you won't like what happens next.
Let's see how well she can actually hear you.
I mean, he's kind of being a bit louder now because it's like, I hear you, bitch. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you're making a point of projecting?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. There is a nasty, furious little noise, but it stops abruptly.
Pulls the gun down very lightly. Good.
Have you lost your mind?
No. I just can hear better than you can. And then I'm going to try Senseworm again because feeling that urge.
Feeling that urge. Let me check a quick thing here because this could get fun.
I mean, I did get a good roll.
Oh, you did. I am just quickly checking a thing to make sure that I know exactly how this works. You've got 2 10s. He's got a little bit of clinging. You blast it pretty good. And with 2 10s, he's got some. It's not it's nothing like the amounts that you usually find by time you blast off Senseworm. Nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if it's kind of sticking to him, sticking to his clothes, sticking to his body. On the other hand, with 2 10s, oh, there's a thing outside and it's bad. It's real bad.
Oh boy, this is about to get fucking interesting. That's snarled in his voice. No, no. I just can hear better than you can.
Becca's finally, like, she's been trying to play it cool this whole time, but she's finally leaning over and shooting you a side glare like, have you lost your entire goddamn mind?
You lean over. There's a person outside.
There are several people outside.
She was trying to get in.
Was she? Because there really aren't any doors left.
She's coming in through the window.
She finally, like, is looking over to this guy. Is Anton still got the gun at least partially lowered?
Partially lowered, yes.
She will actually step in a bit and kind of go to nudge your hand aside, like the whole arm. Look. Deal's a fucking deal. She drops the duffel. Let's fucking trade off and get the hell out of here.
Anton takes casual steps out the back, as he's walking, zoning in on that fucking worm thing. Because you stink, bitch, and I can sense you and hear you.
So you step out, and Becca, between your crazy antics and everything else, is able to it sounds like pretty simply go through with the exchange, because you know what? Joseph has had enough of this. That was quite enough. So she's brusquely, just kind of matter of fact, getting down to business. You edge towards the back door. Senseworm isn't.
I'm going off the ping, essentially. That's where I'm going. I'm not like tracking it by tracking. I'm going off where the ping, like the dirt.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I'll leave him roll for blur as well.
Ooh, do it.
I know you're fucking shit, bitch. Ooh, I'm so fucking ready. That's a botch. I can't use it. Fuck me, Blur. I hate you so much sometimes.
Hey, you've still got a stealth roll.
Yep, I'll make a stealth roll. Nah, I'm too obvious. I'm too much heavy footsteps.
You're a little excited right now. A little hot and heavy right now.
It's the rage, yeah. Just boom, boom,
That's all right. So you come out the back. And you start, I assume you're going, like, clearing with your gun and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So you stomp out the back. There is some of a porch left. You come out. You hop down. You start kind of coming around to where that ping was. And you made perception alertness.
Where was that roll?
Here's the terrifying thing. You come down off the porch, you're clearing, you're looking, you are on fucking point. You don't see shit.
Do I hear anything?
No, you don't.
He's gonna say out.
I mean, you still hear the conversation out front, like where they're out, like mumbling to each other at the car.
You'll say
you hear the conversation inside.
You'll say out to the dark. I see you and I hear you. We gonna meet? Since I know what you are and you know what I am. Or are you too afraid?
You hear nothing. And, like, man, you are eyes on. You are well adjusted to the dark, having been in the house this whole time. Like, you feel like you could see, like, you see fucking, like, crickets hopping. You see a fucking raccoon scuffle past.
Because,
But you do not see anything even remotely
oh
human.
no, I'm about to make a point. Because you threaten my family, I'll take yours. If you take mine. And then we'll see who's the stronger person at the end.
Hmm. Oh, this is a bad idea. Oh, no, not a thing.
Okay.
You can hear inside. Becca and Joseph have done their exchange. She has agreed to let him walk out first. Get back to his fucking people and get the hell out. Not a word of this shit. There's some complaint over her new crazy boyfriend, but But soon, it's not too long before you hear the same heavy boots. Clump across the floor, hit the ground, and start back towards the vehicle.
He'll lean against the wall. So at this point, if she does come out, he has a bit of a corner advantage, and he'll say, because we're going to see each other again. Now we can either leave here as enemies or we can leave here as interested parties. But I know what you are and you know what I am. I have no interest in fucking with you if you don't fuck with me. Now you can hide all you want, but figure a like-minded party like you who prefers the shadows will want to meet in the shadows. Again, the way I'm positioned is that if she comes out, I at least have some sort of fucking advantage. You know what I mean?
Where are you around the house?
I'm not like directly in the dark of the night. I'm by the wall, back to the wall.
Are you
You
at
know
the
what I
back
mean?
of the house, the side of the house? How far along have you crept?
Back of the house.
In that case, not a word.
You start moving to the side of the house then?
That's
Or,
about where. That's about where you felt the ping.
Or, like I said, interested parties. We both know what we are, but that doesn't mean we're enemies just yet. After all, our families seem to be doing a deal. Why can't we do our own?
And it's about time he's gotten around the side a bit. And started creeping kind of towards the front. You don't see me, but I see you.
But I hear you. And I sense you.
You don't know me.
And you don't know me.
Oh, I know you.
And what the fuck am I then?
It is the most suppressed. Like, you can tell she is being so fucking quiet. You can only hear her because of the whisper catching. It's the tiniest little suppressed snicker. Oh, you're me.
What?
Sorry,
Like
I had to check a thing. Oh, I see you. You shine bright. So bright. No, you don't do deals. I know you.
And I know you. You stink. Like filth.
For what it's worth, because you do have the whisper catching. Well, it's from around the back.
And so what happens now then if you know me so well?
We will see, Lupine.
Snarl.
You were naughty. Shouldn't have done it.
Shouldn't have done what? Put a gun against your friend? You shouldn't have
done it.
You shouldn't have been spying. And put my friend at risk.
Does she taste good, Lupine?
Touch her and you die.
It's more of that so carefully suppressed little snickering. That's a yes.
Touch her and die. It's a simple thing.
All silent. Meanwhile, Dude Face is clunked his way back to the car. You hear them piling in.
He'll lean back, or maybe I could go visit your friends and kill every last one of them. Right now. We'll see who tastes good then. If you want to play that game.
Come into my parlor,
No.
said the spider to the fly.
And threaten the wolf's den. And feel the menace of his claws. Said the wolf to the prey.
She falls silent again. And I will give you a perception alertness. She is going to try.
Spinning a willpower because fuck you. Good thing I did. I got one.
Let's see how well she does. Oh! Yep. She goes quiet. You hear the car starting to move, starting to roll. In fact, if nothing else, the noise is a pretty nice cover.
He'll start backpedaling.
For what it's worth, in a kind of an angry whisper, you hear, Anton, where the fuck are you? Jesus.
He'll just appear.
Fuck!
Get to the car now.
What is with you?
Get to the fucking car now.
Getting to the fucking car. Jesus. Yeah, she has exchanged one bag for another, and is just kind of looking at you like you've lost your goddamn mind.
You see him draw the gun back like now. Like his snarl properly. I imagine it's pretty uncharacteristic because like nearly 4 rages is pretty.
It is very uncharacteristic, and she is kinfolk, so the rage is not a factor for her. But you're acting like needlessly intense, and she's like, "All right, fuck, I'm going. See me going." And yeah, she's like pulling the keys out of her pocket, headed towards the car. Doesn't seem especially fussed.
Fuck, I wish it was the lupus. God damn it. Oh, jeez. Fuck. Okay. Okay. All right, bitch. All right. I got this.
As soon as you come on out the front, nothing in particular seems to happen. Becca is headed towards her fucking vehicle. The headlights are still on, pointed at the house. Like, you guys are right in the big open light.
He'll
On the
stay
bright
by
side, anything coming near you is going to have to come into the headlights.
Yeah, he'll stay by that light, kind of backing slowly towards it, but he'll say out loud, "Come into the light, then."
About all the response you get is Becca shooting a glance back, like earnestly concerned that you have no shit lost your mind. And, her shadow kind of plays across the lights as she's walking ahead of you, coming around the side of the car, popping open the driver's side door, hoofing in the bag.
Oh, he doesn't move. Too fucking. I mean, that ridgeline, everything is being fucking scanned. Even dropping the gun at this point because I don't need it.
Just like on the ground?
Yeah, because I'm good. His first reaction is to shift to Krynos, Katie.
This is true. However, about time you drop the gun that you have taken the safety off of and cocked, fucking Becca leans up the door like, what are you doing? Come on.
Oh god, Jesus, I'm not ready for. I can't snarl properly because my throat's killing me. But effectively, he will do the guru snarl. You know what I mean? Of get in the car and shut up.
I'm in the car, Anton.
Sit down. Quiet. Now.
Suit yourself. Sightseeing. Leans back into the window. She's in the driver's seat. She's literally just waiting on him.
I know, but like, yeah, it's like.
Hey, don't leave my dad's gun.
Starts to take breath. Fuck it. I will take a rage because he's at the. You know what I mean? Because fear and anger and
You know what? Where are you at right now?
4. I got to roll. Because I took 1 and I have to take another one. 4.
Okay. Take a quick look here.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm not near frenzying, but oh boy, you know what I mean?
Well, for what it's worth, your current difficulty is 6, 7, 6, 5. Your current difficulty is 5.
I still fail. I got 2
yeah,
ones.
you still hella fail. But
I imagine 4 rage is 4 rage. She'll see it. Like it's on taking rage and going to 4 levels of rage for Becca.
I mean, seeing him actually respond to it.
Yeah.
She finally just kind of puts a hand up and shakes her head and sits in the fucking driver's seat.
Keeping on the light, I'm going to now scan that tree line and scan the movement. It was towards the back. I'm looking. I'm fucking looking. Do you know what I mean? What, do you want me to roll for something?
Feel free. Roll some alertness there, buddy.
God damn it. I don't know if I get it.
Mm-mm.
Damn it. I'm not stepping out of this light because that's her fucking domain. Fuck. Oh.
Oh, you say?
Oh. Okay.
Oh, it is beautifully scenically quiet. There is a fucked up old house. There's crickets.
I'm gonna try acclimate my fetish.
All right.
Think I get it?
I think I put the stats for it on there for you. So the gnosis should be listed.
Where is it?
It is gnosis 6, so no.
God damn it, Discord. Why are you fucking me today?
I mean, it's not a botch.
I'd spend the gnosis. Fuck you, fetish. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and roll Primal Urge to feel that supernatural ping again around the area. So I get 2 extra gnosis.
Actually, yeah, you can roll that.
I don't know what my diff is, but I get a 10, 7, and a 9.
What I will give you, because I probably... Actually, I don't think I technically should. Technically. No. You get... You know you did this thing. Like, again, this is kind of like you're out there, you know you can see everything, and you see nothing. Again, like, you feel like you're in touch with everything. You can feel that rumble under your feet. You can smell the exhaust. Like, you're catching inane detail that just kind of bypasses a human eye. With Primal Urge, you get a sense of what's going on. You can almost feel like the draft from the other car having passed. You can almost feel the emptiness where it was. But nothing.
Oh, he starts to get more edgy as he's backing towards that car. Now, question of the day, Katie, is I'm getting close to that car where that mirror is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to peek across the gauntlet because fuck you and your worm chain. I know I can sense it. Let's see if you can see you from the other side.
Oh, go for it.
And peeking, not shifting. Ooh.
You sneaky peek. Let's see. You do see a lot of natural spirits out here. Just flitting around doing their fucking shit. Very similar to being out by the fucking diving well. There's a lot of just innate natural stuff. Some of it seems to have kind of cleared off.
Yep.
But all in all, there's nothing that is standing out.
Yeah, he gets in and just slams the door. Like,
Did he leave the gun laying on the ground?
no, he picked it up. He would have picked it up.
Oh, thank God. He was about to get really mad. She just kind of flicks a glance over at him.
Someone there threatened you.
All things considered, at the level of rage he's at, she just kind of shrugs, nods, and tries to put it in reverse in the hope that you will not lose your goddamn mind again.
Threaten your father. They obviously had plans to do something.
Look, man, you scared the shit out of Joseph. I'm gonna be lucky if I can get a meet with less than like 10 people next time. So
You don't want to do business with them again.
there's not much other business to do.
Becca, you term. They were planning to jump you.
Are you sure? Like, are you really sure? Because I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. Joseph seemed confused as fuck by your shit. I'm lucky I still got the goddamn deal off.
Do I look like I'm lying?
Lying? No. Maybe a little too on edge for work like this? Like, there's kind of a worried...
Clench. I heard her.
Okay. Okay. And she's like reversing her way out.
They had plans.
What did you say she was saying? Or someone was saying?
She was going to gut you like a fish.
What? What? What?
Once the deal had been made and you had come isolated, they were planning to take the deal, kill you, Message your father not to short stall them on money next time.
Do you honestly believe that? Because I feel like you're going to need to roll some subterfuge.
I mean, if I could roll some subterfuge, but fuck it. I mean, to be honest, he doesn't trust anything. It's a worm. The
This
worm,
is
Katie.
true, but this is nothing he heard.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. One success. Oh, actually, no. No, it's stiff 5. One success.
It's a 5. Did you remember your proofread?
Oh yeah. I'm forgetting that. Do you want me to re-roll or just add 3 dice?
Just re-roll. Fuck it.
Damn it! I clicked the wrong button.
1,
That
2,
is
3, 4.
4. Yeah. Yeah, 4.
Actually, you know what? I'm lying. Hold on.
I was about to blow a fucking season the edge on that shit. I was like, no, fuck you, Discord. But no.
I mean, she's reasonably good at reading people, but she's more interested in pushing them over. So it occurs to me that maybe not so much. Gotta remember, this is not a guru I'm statting.
Mm-hmm.
She just kind of like shoots a side glance. Look, man, we need the business, and these are the guys. We don't have another supplier. You know that, right?
Well, then we got to find another one.
There isn't another one.
There has to be another one.
Not in this area. We're in the fucking boonies.
There has to be another one, Becca.
Look, I didn't see anything go haywire until you pulled the gun on Joseph.
That was the point. They weren't expecting me to be there. You know how surprised he was?
That you pulled the gun on him?
That I was there.
He was surprised that you weren't my dad.
Exactly.
That's probably because it's always been me and my dad.
You look over. That was the point. Get you. Or your father. I was a new variable they didn't like. Particularly the one outside.
And what do you expect me to do?
You gotta find a new supplier.
I'm not sure what part of they're the only supplier in the area.
Well, then you gotta start arranging deals in your own fucking territory then. Not out in the middle of goddamn fucking nowhere where they can do that. Or next time...
Where the fuck do you think people cook this shit?
Or maybe next time bring more than 2 of us with 2 measly fucking guns. Because if I hadn't spot that, you and me were dead. No, I called their bluff. I took a risk. For you.
Just keeps driving. Smoking aggressively. Shaking her head.
His fist clenched like he's riding it. You know what I mean?
And Dad's gonna be pissed.
We got the deal, didn't we?
Yeah, just barely.
Alright, then I'll fucking talk to him.
Nah.
What?
Look at you, mountain man. You're white knuckling.
Yeah. Well, I can't be mad that someone threatened to kill you and me.
So we had someone watching.
With a knife. Yeah, because that's cool, right? That was giving out that I was there. That means a new variable. It means they can't go through with the plan.
All right, roll to set it in,
Yeah.
Mr. Addenbits.
Yep. Keeping y'all fucking safe at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nope, she can't. All right, all right. I'll talk to Dad. Jesus.
I'll talk to him.
You know you're fucking me, right?
What?
God
What am I
damn
meant?
it.
What the fuck am I meant?
No, it. I'm fucking you, Jesus Christ. These assholes.
He said bring you back safe. I did.
Yeah. She fucking kicks it up a gear. Starts racing it. Like, however he might write out his temper, this is how she's writing out hers.
Mm-hmm. He'll rock it back in rage. Keeping an eye on that fucking mirror, though, because that bitch... The fucking bitch, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's the noise he's making, probably. Like, oh, where are you?
No, you're not seeing anything. Nothing. But no, she starts rocketing back.
What type of car are we in? That's the question. We're not in the pickup, are we?
Oh no, you're in something fucking off-road worthy. Like, not another pickup, but probably a good modded out, like not fancy modded out, but functionally modded out Jeep or something like that.
Yeah. She's at the back of the house. Yeah, I know. He's he's weighing it in his head because like there's no way she's in the car with us. You know what I mean? Like if Anton is paranoid, processing. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can start firing things to check if you're that paranoid.
I will. I fucking will, Katie. Oh, since fucking everything.
You fire off anything you like. What is
Sense
that?
worm. Sense worm. Primal urge. Sense of alertness. Tell me what I see.
Well, the sense worm. Again, you've got a 10, so there's some clinging, blah, particularly on the bag. There's a little bit clinging on her now. I mean, the most significant source is probably the bag.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing else really is standing out. Same with Primal Urge. Nothing is flaring up. Perception alertness. This is a car and you two are in it. Well, a Jeep.
Okay.
Yep. For what it's worth, the bag has been like zipped open. She's like hucked her own gun in there.
I'm assuming we pull up outside our house eventually.
Oh yeah, yeah, you will. Though she will actually pull right off the road, right to the edge of the drive, and we'll stop the car. Turn and look over at you. You fucking cool?
I'm fine.
Far be it from me to say, but you don't look fine, Mountain Man.
I'm fine.
There's a bit of a skeptical look. You can see the tongue kind of trace over her teeth. So in my professional experience, you need to either go punch or fuck something. Like ASAP.
Sort business out first as he kicks open the door.
Oh, for the love of fuck.
What?
You think I never seen people get mad like you?
No. Not like mad like me.
She like flicks a glance over the now open side door. You know, the guys like you. You know, you fuckers make for a damn good ride, but man, when you get fucking angry.
Head tilt? Guys like me.
You're practically a space heater right now. You're so fucking mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Walks around to the edge of the car. Is that yeah, that rage is building.
Yeah,
And
there
building.
is I mean, you're a good distance from the garage. She's literally just pulled off to the mouth of the drive and stopped. Trying to give you a minute to catch your shit, but it is obviously not working.
Guys like me.
Where are you in relation to like her in the car? Are
I'm
you still by
walking.
your own door?
No, I'm walking around.
Is your door still just hanging open?
Yep.
Yep.
You ain't seen guys like me get angry before.
What, out here?
No.
No, not out here. Lights another cigarette.
His sniffer. Does she smell like Heidi? Or something similar?
Give me that sweet primal urge. I'll even let you try to reactivate your thingy first if you like. Since you were trying to do it earlier.
You.
There
Yay.
you go.
Yay. Oh!
It's not like Heidi.
But it's a similar feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Does
You
that
got it.
like
You
that
got it
big,
once before when she was elbow deep in your car.
does that big deep like wolf sniff essentially, you know what I mean?
And she's mid taking a drag. She's got her elbow hooked out the window of her door.
Leans forward, staring at her now.
I'll do that too. Fucking weird. Taps the ash.
You know guys like me?
Met guys like you before.
What am I?
Cracks a toothy smile. Intense as fuck.
But you don't know what I am, though, do you?
You know, they say that a lot too.
Your dad know what I am?
He gives a shrug. Worked with people like you before.
Cracks his neck to the side. Let's go find out then. As he starts to walk.
Nah, I know the rules. I learned this. You need to, like, go punch the shit out of something.
What rules?
She heaves a shrug. It's just how it always works. You
Yeah,
fucking
well,
white knuckling standing still.
it's different out here. As he's walking, I mean, he's going right for that dad because it's like, what? Do you know what I mean? You know what I am? You know, walk, walk, walk.
She pulls a bit of a face and will try yelling after you first. Yeah, pause.
Nope.
She, keeping her foot on the brake. Actually, no. No, you know what? She just kind of blasts the horn.
Keeps walking.
Son of a bitch.
And for rage, I walk.
You still have whisper catching active?
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear her mumbling, like, stubborn ass motherfucking.
I haven't turned whisper catching off the whole time, Katie.
Yeah. No, you hear her stubborn ass motherfucking. Never fucking listen.
So fucking hyper paranoid. So paranoid. But yeah, I'm walking up
I'm
right,
gonna go
right,
punch a hole in the goddamn drywall and I'm gonna have to patch it.
well, walking right for the fucking Ambrose.
I mean, you're walking up towards the garage. You ain't
Yep.
out there.
Walks to the house. Rrr. I walk to the house, yeah.
Yeah, she rolls the car up. She'll even like tap the gas to kind of spray some gravel behind her as she's going past because she's annoyed with you. Goes up and parks it in front of the house. Snags the bag. Puts that bitch in park. Hops out. You put a fucking hole in my house and you're fixing it. You know that?
I ain't gonna plug a fucking hole in your house.
Yeah, you are. Always do. Hucks the bag over her shoulder.
There is a snare, then why the fuck are you pushing me?
So maybe you'll go fucking punch something before you go in my house.
Maybe
I
it's
don't
just,
even remember inviting you in. Shit.
or maybe it's just stop pissing me the fuck off.
Yeah, usually I get to a certain point and they run off to go punch something. Or fuck something.
Maybe I'm not them.
Maybe you should work on it.
Maybe you should just bites his lip.
What?
Nothing.
You just shoot a glance over?
I mean, she can feel the venom snare reply coming. Be like, no, nope, nope.
You see that, like, the slow trace of the tongue over the teeth, like, nah, come on.
Maybe if you weren't so fucking careless, I wouldn't have to take care of you. As he's walking by,
Oh, you think I need you to take care of me?
you'd have been dead otherwise.
I think you'll find I would have used a mildly different tactic if I'd had to go buy my onesies. Thanks.
They were waiting for you.
I believe you, Anton, but I'm not stupid and I'm not a kid.
Turns and you think I am?
Nah. I think you're about to put a hole in one of my walls, though, or the door. She, like, does hop up the front steps finally. Kind of, like, pulls open the screen door, leans in to pop open the door. You know, hooks the bag in. Hollers for her dad.
He's pacing. I imagine he's pacing out in the fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for what it's worth, she is making a point of, like, being in the goddamn way. She's not going in, she's not going out. She's just kind of leaned halfway in.
Yeah, I imagine he's pacing. At this point, yeah, he's pacing. So much pacing. Rage 4 pacing. Urgh.
Rage 4 pacing. Grr.
Yeah, I imagine it's just. Yeah, you know the gif I have. I imagine it's that. He is pacing.
And yeah, there will be our dad comes to the door, and before he does come out, there will be like some hushed conversation, which naturally doesn't help at all in this particular case.
Because I can hear everything.
Mm-hmm.
What are they saying, Katie? What are they saying?
It's her being like, "Nah, we got the ship," but going on about like it went like this. Anton's pretty sure they were gonna jump my ass. You know, saw some shit, and now he is losing his goddamn. I mean, look at him. Look at him. He is losing his fucking proverbial shit. And Anton does tug the, or not Anton. God damn it, Ambrose does tug the door open somewhat. Like the two of them are essentially conversing halfway through the screen door. But yeah, you can hear them going back and forth about it. And for what it's worth, Ambrose almost immediately, much to her protest, her like hissing it, hissing like, "Oh my god, I am not a fucking baby. You do not need to shove me in the fucking. Are you serious right now? No, I'm not gonna stay inside. You want me to stay inside? Look at him." And Ambrose thankfully takes no shit off of his own offspring and does eventually, essentially, just shove her inside. And will come out to stand on the porch, closing the door very firmly, very pointedly behind him before letting the screen door fall shut. You can still hear her inside ranting. It's like I'm a fucking baby. Might as well send me to my fucking room. What is this shit? Then he comes and he sets himself down on the front porch steps. And watches you go for a moment. Just from under the brow. Just kind of watches you go back, forth, back. Pulls a joint out of his pocket. Fires that bitch up.
I take it you already know what I am.
We have extended family.
You wouldn't mind that?
Shrugs. Couldn't say.
Shadow Lord?
Kind of squints thoughtfully. Like, actually sits back, like, with a lung fold. Just kind of sits back. Really mulls it over. Since I'm still on the fence. Actually, you know what? I'll do this. We'll make it about like that. No. But I have heard.
Well, I'm gonna put it into perspective with you. One of those things with those people is like me, except worse. And she's gunning for, and it was gunning for her. Wanted her blood. Wanted to know what she tastes like.
There's a crease, top of the brow. Well, at the brow, top of the nose, kind of just crease.
I put myself in the way. I pulled the gun on it. On that, whatever. Joseph, or whatever the fuck his name is. Apparently it's his sister.
It's a big family.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck that sister is like me, except wrong.
That's about where he goes. He's like, you know what? I need another lungful of this because nope.
And it was hungry for her. Was there since when we arrived.
For what it's worth, just not just behind the door, but essentially behind the wall, like right close to a nearby window. You hear kind of muttering like, "God, they can't hear shit." From her as she's trying to find a good place to hunker down.
She's trying to listen in.
Of course she is.
Although when he hears the noise initially, there's that kind of, you know what I mean?
He offers the smoke across.
They shake his head. I don't know if it's gone yet. Or follow me back.
Not many things go as fast as my daughter drives.
I've seen enough things. Now we got your deal. But whatever those drugs are, now I can clean her. But that'll make her sick. That's off that.
What exactly did you say?
He's kind of hinting at worm taint, if you get me.
Oh yeah, but what did he say? He can
Clean it. Cleansing.
Oh yeah.
But those things are sick like her. A bit of the residue went on her. I can clean it off her.
You know, she has not seen these things. I know what you are doing. I'm like grandmama. And he fucking finally eaves up, cracks open the door, and snags the bag, goes through, pulls the guns out, sets them on the porch next to him, zips it shut, and just kind of hucks it towards you.
Catches it.
Kind of gives a, do what you're gonna do kind of gesture.
Okay, I'll write a cleanse this bitch.
Meanwhile, he yells, "Rebecca, go to your room!" And you hear kind of a motherfucker, shit ass fuck.
I don't know
And
what my diff is, but I imagine the worm taint's not that strong.
nah, it's incidental. They're not inherently tainted, so
Do his thing.
yeah. Yeah, you do that special little song and dance. Ambrose doesn't seem phased. Rebecca is obviously annoyed as she's like cussing the whole way back to her room.
Once he's done, tosses the bag back.
Yeah, catches it, plunks it beside him on the porch. Looks like time to set protections again.
Protections.
Yes.
How do you do that?
He just kind of, starts to heave himself up again, making the gesture like, come on.
Walks.
No, don't die.
Okay, no. He walks after him.
Let me quickly find. Not that. Where the fuck? Help if I could find my fucking book. 1 second. Well, fuck me. Looks like it is time for Google instead. Fuck it. Ah, found it. Okay. 1 second. Boop. Oh boy. All right. So what he does, he hoists himself up, and instead of starting towards the garage, starts towards another one of the vehicles. This is a you imagine this is how they got there. This is kind of like a caravan style situation.
Uh-huh.
And he trails off that away, and ends up tucking into one pocket, tucking into another, looking kind of annoyed. Finally, douses, kind of like snuffs out the joint, stuffs that in a back pocket, reaches up into this RV, pulls out the key, unlocks it, and heads in. And there's some rifling. There's a lot of, where the fuck did I put? Ah, yes, you would never look here. And he goes about collecting a handful of things, and finally does reemerge with just an average fucking bowl out of what you can assume are the dishes in there. A small fabric pouch with looks like strips of different colored fabric and whatnot, just kind of conveniently, hand stitched together. Uh, and pausing at the door, kind of pats himself down real quick and then kind of glances over. You have a knife.
No.
Fuck. He ambles over back towards the garage. And as he's going, puttering across the grounds, before he hits the gravel again, hits one of the little earthier parts. He actually takes a moment to kind of, do that thing where you kind of tamp the toe of your boot into it to loosen it up some. And mostly it's dried stuff. It's not this isn't like tidy topsoil. This is kind of packed dirt. So he pretty forcefully drives the toe of his boot into it a couple times. Eventually gets down and actually claws in a bit with his fingers. Gets up, a reasonable handful or two. It takes a little work, but pulls up some of the earth, pitches it into the bowl, just kind of flicks it in there. A casual kind of way. Goes ahead and comes around to the garage and gestures you to follow. Flicks the light on.
Yeah, he does.
pulls the big fucking door up, both hands. And he'll go inside and walk over to one of those workstations and cast around until he finds, like, not, your classic fucking knife, but in fact one of the, like a utility knife, like a box cutter.
Yes.
And what he will do is he will begin producing things. He actually briefly, draws open the little bag, checking through it. And you see him fiddle with, I'll give you perception alertness to see how much you catch of what all's in there. Because he's not like pulling it out and putting it on display, per se. Oh, did you die? You did die. Forever sad.
There you go. Sorry, Chrome crashed.
That'll happen. All right, I'm giving you a perception alertness if you would like to do one, as he quickly, like, thumbs through the contents of the little bag. Oop, that's enough. Most of what you see is, there's some odds and ends that are kind of hard to identify, but you definitely see hair. Like clippings of human hair in the bag. He, like, pulls a bit out, and you'll see that there are two, like he actually has to extract one no shit little bundle, like just a banded little clip of hair, and kind of digs around brown knit until he finds another and seems satisfied, then shoves the first back in. And he takes a pinch of the dirt from out of the bag, or out of the bowl, sprinkles it into the bag, and then, casting around, grabs up just like a bolt to flick in there. Cinches it shut again. And pausing, kind of glances over at you. She's still in her room.
Listens in.
Oh, yeah. And she is just, oh, go to your room, Becca. Like you're fucking 5 again. Might as well tell me to sit in the back of the RV. Oh, did I lose you again?
No.
Okay.
Just nods. Nods at him.
All right. Oh, yeah, he nods back. And what he will do, he's going to use that box cutter. And He'll think about it for a moment. Kind of like you see him take up the box cutter, flick it open. He holds up his hand and kind of thinks about it. He needs that to work with. And finally, he bends down, rolls up a pant leg, and pretty generously, not gruesomely, slices into his own like calf. But like, yeah, basically the side of the calf, he shallowly, but reasonably broadly, puts a slice in his leg, kind of grimacing as he does so. It is not a painless process, and he is not some fucking. I mean, he is a man who has seen and done a lot of shit, but yeah, he's not immune to pain. I will let you have another perception alertness. Yep. And with the pant leg rolled up, and as he's making the motion, and you're probably kind of going, "Bleh," you see another faint line or two poking out from, under the pant leg where he's got it rolled up to. Like, this is not probably the first time he's had to do this.
Okay.
And yeah, basically he holds the bowl flush to his leg. In fact, uses one hand to like kind of cup the flow of blood, guiding it into the bowl. In fact, will even at one point like kind of even like rub his hand down the leg to try to encourage more blow to the cut, or more blood to where the cut is, until he has whatever he deems is a satisfactory amount. And finally just kind of rolls the pant leg back down. It is not a grievous cut, it's just kind of going to be a bitch. He'll probably, we'll treat later, and fucking stands himself up, and placing the bowl back on the workbench, begins chanting. This is not a language you recognize, but he begins chanting. And does so like with the box cutter cut aside, or set aside, as he mixes this earth and blood into kind of a paste with his fingers. And even though after a certain point it is still thoroughly mixed, he continues to make the gesture until he finishes the full length of what is a mouthful of a chant. He then, without pausing, pulls the bag over, cinches it tight, ties it shut, and begins another. As with his finger, he takes the paste from the bowl and begins on one side, marking out various symbols. Carefully flips it over without smudging the first set, holding it in his fingertips around the edges. Begins another series. Again, chanting all the while, rhythmically. Like, this is something you can tell is a memorized, word for word, exact rote something, ritual. And finally, this is where you get to roll Primal Urge.
Okay. Yes, active.
Yeah, you will actually feel a little bit of a prickle as he begins the third chant, committing whatever it is very firmly. Like, the others have been thoughtful, have been reverent. This one is as though firmly committing all that has been done thus far. And let's see how he'd do. He'd do pretty good. Well, he does enough. It does successfully go off. And
I kind of stare. It's kind of studying.
here's the thing. He does this, and as it goes off, no shit, right in front of your eyes, it's almost as though you see the motion of the small bag being snatched out of his fingertips. It disappears.
Just nod slowly, like, huh.
Promptly takes up the bowl and walking over to like one of those large basin sinks. Seems satisfied. In fact, almost seems pleasantly satisfied. Like, a little surprised even. But kind of, the brows kind of pop up as the bag whisks out of his fingers. Like, there's a little bit of pressure holding it there. Something has pulled it out of his hand as it. And he just kind of, the eyebrows pop up and he gives a nod. Says, "Thank you, Grandmama." And walks over to the sink and begins rinsing out that bowl. Washing his hands.
What does that do?
Grandmama always told me that in a time of need, we could use these talismans to ask Grandfather Owl for protection. I have done this. Grandfather Owl has accepted my token and will protect our household.
Is it possible to do that with, say, an ancestor of yours? Like, is it, I have someone like that.
He finally reaches up with the wet hand, kind of rubbing at his. It's quote scraggly. No, it's a pretty nice little short beard he's got going. It is not easy to learn. Would take a long time to teach.
I have people that are under threat just as much as you have her.
He starts kind of rubbing his face like, oh, sweet, merciful Jesus, essentially just. I am not saying I will not do it, but I am saying these take a very long time to learn.
I'll protect mine, but it's something I would like to have in the future. Especially since one of the people I have is like you and her, but different.
He, for what it's worth, once he's finished washing his face, he kind of sets himself on a lean against the workbench as if he's a bit wearier for it. Like he's not looking quite so alert as he was a moment ago. Yes. If your friend was to come here, Grandfather Owl would not know them. But the home, and he gestures broadly to kind of the surrounding property, is protected.
I'll bring her here then.
Is she under threat?
With this thing, there's a good chance. She was gunning for Becca and gunning for my family. Heidi is not my family, but she is my... I have sworn to protect her.
She is yours. Yeah, he kind of makes a gesture as though this is a perfectly acceptable statement to make.
Which means that I don't want to take the risk. I made sure your daughter came back. I think that's a fair trade.
Bring her here. We will shelter her and I will teach her.
Nods. I'll keep her friend, the human, safe.
Give me a peony.
don't see it.
It's reasonably subtle, so fair enough.
Susie Q is... I didn't say Susie, he says Suzanne. It would rouse suspicion if she came here and had to be stayed here. We have to keep what we keep intact.
You bring my daughter back safe, and you bring me warning. Yes, your friend can stay here.
Nod. Thank you.
Until she knows how to do the same.
Nod.
Then we shall see.
Heidi is a bright girl. She will figure it out quickly.
We shall see.
Nod. Very businesslike. Like he flicks out the phone and rings Susie Q.
You don't say.
Just.
And it's, let's see. Your whole thing started about 9 o'clock. It didn't go but so long. Not 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So yeah. She rings, she picks up pretty quick, like, dang, are you dead?
No.
Awesome.
Everything okay?
Yeah, fine here.
Where's Heidi?
Like, she is braiding my hair. It is apparently very important that she braid my hair right now.
I need you to put her on the phone.
Okay. Hey, Heidi. Anton. There's an immediate, like, shuffling noise because, yeah, Heidi, enthusiasm, they're a thing. They go hand in hand. It's all of a moment later, just very fondly. Anton.
Hey,
No.
can you step away from Susie for me?
Uh-huh. Ooh. Didn't work
Ugh.
out. I don't know how to reset that. Really, that's bothering the shit out of me. Hold on. Da-na-na. Phew. There we go. And just, yeah, you hear Susie kind of going like, hey, I thought this was okay. Fine. Okay. Apparently the braids are not a thing anymore in the background as, yeah. You can hear Heidi kind of, you can hear her little feet on the stairs.
Can she hear you?
Maybe. Hold on.
Okay.
And then you hear a door closing. Okay.
Something's made a threat against me, which means you're under threat.
Was it bad?
Yeah.
Are we gonna be okay?
I've got a place for you to be safe.
Will you be there?
I can come and visit, yeah.
You can practically hear the tiny frown.
They're like us.
Will Suzanne be there?
Suzanne can't come.
Not.
She's not one of us. I'll keep her safe, though. She can come visit, though, like me. It's just we can't tell her everything, you know?
You promise you'll keep her safe?
I'll keep her safe.
Good.
It's just I can't keep my eye on both of you at the same time. I need to make sure you're safe first.
Where
Okay.
is it?
Remember that place we went out with the garage?
God, did he bring Heidi there? Shit.
We did.
You did. Mm-hmm.
They're like us. The young man Ambrose, he's going to teach you a few things.
There is a mild pout to the tone. Like what?
How to keep me safe.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Just going to have to stay at his for a bit, okay?
A little like, fine.
It's just to make sure, okay? I just, maybe even for tonight, Maybe just for a couple of nights. I just want to make sure everything's safe and you're safe. Okay?
Hey,
I'm working on a place so you and me can live together.
I know.
It's just, I swore to protect you.
I know. Now I know I'm
So,
safe. It'll be okay. I'll learn to
I know.
be safe too.
Well, that's why I want you to come up here. Okay? I'm gonna come down and collect you. And I'm gonna explain it to Susie, okay? I need you to help me with that. Okay?
Okay.
I didn't want to leave you in the dark. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
Okay? You're not angry with me?
No.
Besides, I can visit you every day.
Okay.
And it's just for a few days. I'm just being hyper protective.
Hmm.
Okay?
All right. Okay.
Alright. You tell Susie I'm on the way and I'll be over soon.
Do I tell her I'm going?
Wait till I
Do
get there.
I?
Wait till I get there.
Okay.
Lock the doors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good girl.
Okay. I'll see you
Yep.
soon, Anton.
He'll hang up almost immediately. He'll look over at Ambrose.
Ambrose is looking back.
Couple of days. Like,
I said I would keep her here until she learns. It may take longer.
for now. In her mind, it's a couple of days.
Shrugs readily.
She doesn't sleep at night.
Oh?
I rescued her from something. She still has nightmares.
Ah. Yes, I can do.
Make sure she doesn't scratch herself. Give her itching cream.
He looks puzzled, but nods.
The thing I rescued her for had punctured her with poison and bites. And it's a psychological effect that she keeps scratching even though the bites are healed.
Ah.
I've been using cream to lessen the effect so in her mind she does not itch. Because she can just put the cream on herself.
Yes. Should not be hard.
Good. He says that very firmly, like, damn fucking right she won't be. You know what I mean? You know. I'll visit her more or less every day.
That is fine. I'm sure my daughter will be delighted. There's like that wry little head tilt of like, of course she will, because damn it.
It's mainly to see Heidi.
No, I know that. And she will know that. But she will pretend she does not know that.
Nod. I'll go collect her and be back as soon as I can.
He nods, hoists himself up.
Yeah, Anton's out of the house like a fucking bullet. I mean, he's on hyper alert. You know what I mean? Like watching even like the tree lines, the cars. Like he drives like a fucking maniac down that road. You know?
Okay. Yeah, you drive like a maniac. Congratulations.
Speeding up to Susie Q's house.
Vroom vroom vroom.
Takes a long time getting there as well. Long ass time.
Is he speeding or is he taking a long time? You can't have both.
I'm driving fast, but I'm taking a longer route doing it.
Oh, okay.
Super paranoid. Ugh.
The longest, most obnoxious, roundabout ass way.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. Just to make it that extra bit of fuck you. You know what I mean? In case you are following me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna make her work for this. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I pull up. But meanwhile, I am eyes everywhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I pull up to the house and kind of move very quickly to that door, knock on it, good number of times.
You're going "Ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da," and Heidi like unclicks the deadbolt. Hi.
You have your stuff?
Mhm.
Get in.
Blink.
Just see it written on his face, like he's not kidding.
Like get in the car or get in the house.
Kind of get, the house, kind of gestures. Get in.
Oh, there's a half moment of like, but I thought we were gonna. Oh, and she steps out of the way.
Closes the door, double locks it again.
And yeah, she flips back into the other room. And actually, we'll flip back upstairs.
Walks upstairs.
And yeah, she, takes a turn into Suzanne's room. And as you follow, goes in and plops next to her on the bed.
Hey.
Suzanne's hair is, in fact, in a number of actually pretty fucking elaborate braids.
Raises it like a whoa.
Oh, hey. Fancy meeting you here.
Hey,
And me, all done up.
looking good.
All right.
There's been a bit of a development.
Oh, yeah? She actually will take a second to really kind of look at his face and closes her book, sets it aside.
He's on. I'm not. I mean, you know what? With the level of paranoia and the level of shit, I don't think even Anton has the skill to hide it. You know
Actually,
what I mean?
what rage are you at?
4.
Nah. Yeah, she actually sits up pretty sharply, in fact. What's wrong?
There's been a development.
Is everyone okay?
We're fine. There's been a bit of a development.
All right. What kind of development?
One that I'm going to have to put Heidi in a safe place for a bit.
What safe place?
Up with Ambrose.
What, with Becca?
Yeah.
That's safe.
Compared to what we've just seen, yeah.
Compared to here, that's safe.
Yes.
You've been to the parties, right? You've seen.
This is different. Remember what I told you about?
Yeah.
It's related to that.
She like rubs her face, and you're sure it's safer there than here?
He'll sit down slowly.
What it looks, I mean, for what it's worth, I'll let you P&E.
Like, he's not angry. It's just like, I'm going to take a careful little sit down. Oh, whoops.
Oh Lord. I mean, I'm not the you will not get the fine detail, but it is not a hidden thing that she's suddenly very alert and almost on edge.
Right now, Heidi's the primary target.
What, because they have guns or like what? I still don't understand how that's any safer. It's out in the middle of nowhere.
Where there's protection. And they don't know where she is.
kind of looks over at Heidi. For once, Heidi does not look upset at all about this development. It,
Right now, this is keeping you safe. Which, to be honest, is not a lie. You know what I mean? Technically.
oh, okay. Whatever you say, if you think it's the best idea.
Yeah, it is. This is bad, Susie.
Yeah,
We might have to stay somewhere too.
where?
Figure that out in a while. Right now, I'm figuring out a few things.
Okay, so what are we doing?
I'm gonna take Heidi up to Becca's.
Okay.
Might take you up there with me too.
All right.
We're gonna stay there for the night.
Okay. Let me get an overnight bag, I guess.
Heidi's gonna be staying there for a few days. I just want to make sure that nobody comes here.
Okay.
I know you're scared. I'm gonna roll some charisma empathy.
For what it's worth, you are working against your rage.
I know, but I got persuasion too.
You do. That's 3, in general. So I'll let it cancel out some of the effect of the rage, essentially. Go ahead and say whatever you're gonna say.
But they don't know it's here for you're here or Heidi's here for certain. I just want to eliminate the risk so you can go back home, be nice and safe. Okay?
She finally gives her lip, like, a light bite, but nods. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just being hyper paranoid.
Hyperprotective, right?
Exactly. Okay?
Yeah.
So go pack an overnight bag. Don't say anything. Just be nice and calm, okay? Nice and calm.
Mm-hmm. She will gingerly, kind of cautiously, reach out to just kind of lightly take his hand.
Just gives it a squeeze. A supportive one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pack a bag.
Yeah.
It'll take me
Okay.
just a second.
Okay. I'll be right here.
And she kind of awkwardly unfolds from where she's been settled in, kind of nested in the bed. Not in like PJs per se, but definitely in her house clothes. And yeah, she literally like walks into the bathroom and snags like a little prepped like camp style toiletry bag out from under the sink. Comes around, snags a couple, articles of clothing, throws them all into a backpack. Looks down at herself, kind of wrinkles her nose. And we'll go through the process of changing, essentially throwing her the quote house clothes in the bag and at least putting on something decent to wear over there.
You look over at Heidi as Susie's puttering.
Heidi's just sitting there. She's she's just plopped next to you on the bed.
He'll put Heidi's stuff downstairs. Probably take Heidi by the hand, lead her downstairs.
She's happy enough to follow along.
I mean, Heidi can see it. He's nervous, very nervous.
While Suzanne is doing, admittedly, a quick job of packing up. She'll take a moment, eyeball Anton real good. And finally, like, weasels up under his arm. Hugs him tightly around the middle.
Look down.
It's okay, we're safe.
We're not.
But we're with you.
I know.
It's the safest place.
I know.
We'll be okay.
He's watching those, watching the windows.
The only whispering you're hearing is just Suzanne commenting here and there as she grabs the thing like, no, this is ridiculous. I am not taking this. And kind of mumbling to herself as she goes, but she, in pretty rapid style, is trotting down the stairs with a bag over her shoulder.
You got everything?
I mean, all I'm going to need for one night. It's not a lot.
Yeah, no. Okay. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, we're good. Ready to go, Heidi? And of course, Heidi is just chipper as shit. Inexplicably. Which, you know what? Suzanne is not looking a gift horse in the mouth on this.
Picks up her stuff, opens the door to that car, tosses things in, opens the door. Come on, let's go, 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 go.
Yeah. Suzanne only hesitates at the door long enough to lock it. And then, yeah, flits down the stairs quickly into the car.
Listening as he's tossing him in the car.
No, nothing.
Gets in, drives like a fucking demon. Even they're like, oh, Anton, you know what I mean?
I mean, Heidi's kind of like, whoa. Suzanne might be grinning a bit because, as long as he's got reasonable control of the vehicle, she's having a great time.
He takes the super long fuck you route again.
Is it the same one or is it another more different long?
It's another one.
Super long, different, go fuck yourself, long route.
Yep.
Very well.
And pulls up by Ambrose's.
Yep. Sooner or later you will arrive.
Right.
For what it's worth,
Mm-hmm.
he is inside. She is finally like grudgingly out smoking on the porch.
You go talk to Becca, okay? Let me talk to Ambrose. I need to bring Heidi with me.
Oh, well, hold on. Okay, sure.
Pecks her on the cheek.
She's still a little... She's kind of up at an 11 right now. Not full on like straight twitchy, but just very alert. And yeah, she will quickly and hop out of the car. And she and Becca, greet each other. There's a hug. And the two immediately start just kind of chattering about what the fuck is even going on.
Walking up with Heidi, like straight to Ambrose.
Yeah, you can, honest to God, at this point, you walk right past Becca and Suzanne on the porch. You can walk right up to the door.
Yeah, he's all business. You know what I mean? It's very much business mode.
Yeah, for once, Becca does not even protest. You can just let yourself in.
Yep. Goes in with Heidi, of course.
Yep. Chipper Heidi is in tow. With her little bag over her shoulder. Seems content. Well, her actually, she's got a pretty decent, duffel.
He'll close the door as well, just lock, clunk, and then we'll
He's
walk.
locking the front door with the two of them out on the porch.
Yep.
There's a brief, what the fuck did he really just... Really? Suzanne? What? It occurs to me I'm getting the voices backwards, but it's like, what? That motherfucker just locked me out of my own house. he's just on edge. I'm sure it's fine. And you can move on in.
Yep. Turning, he's like, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, go walk over into Ambrose.
And yeah. You find him settled inside. In fact, with her out on the porch, you will, with a call or two, find him in the kitchen, where he has rolled his pants leg back up and is currently doctoring his own fucking cut. You can tell he's wiped it off. There's a distinctly clean spot as opposed to the rest of his leg, which is like from the ankle up. It starts pretty fucking dusty and gets better from there. But yeah, there is a blatantly clean spot. He's just now setting aside a tube of like antiseptic and in the process of like taping on a bandage. Nods.
This is Heidi.
Heidi, I have heard very little, but it is a pleasure to meet you. And like Heidi is, of course, her chip herself, and it's like, well, hello. And yeah, it's just pretty much what you'd expect. Like, oh, so I'm staying with you. Yes, you are. You'll be staying here for a short while. And I will teach you. And then wherever you go, you can make it as safe as it is here. And she's, yes, I would like that. Teach me that. And, actually, like, comes over and, like, with no sense of propriety at all, like, comes over and, like, grabs the edge of the counter and kind of, like, hops up, turning to, like, sit her butt on the counter next to him where he's leaning. And he kind of gives a bemused glance because it's like a fucking cat. You just bring it in and it's like, this is my house now. So there's kind of a bemused glance at her and a glance at Anton, the shrug.
She's enthusiastic.
She is very enthusiastic.
She's one of the best.
Oh, perhaps not so hard to teach. We'll see. And Heidi is, of course, like, just kind of waving her legs.
Suzanne's over for the night. I thought she'd be a good distraction for Becca.
It's not a bad idea. He kind of, like, casts a glance at the door, like, oh, how about that shit? And once he's pulled the cuff down back over, is like, kind of looks over inquisitively and it's like, come, Heidi. Why don't you come sit with me? And well, they'll relocate to the kitchen table and start chattering back and forth. And for what it is worth, Ambrose seems like he cultures the appearance of someone who is gruffer, more grease smeared, a little more unkempt, but that the man is incredibly charismatic. And it shines when he's speaking to Heidi. There's all the patience in the world, and he's very expressive with her. He doesn't seem to struggle or, with the warning he has, necessarily mind that she's a little off kilter. And for what it's worth, especially as the conversation kind of unfolds, the two of them talking about obscure things that they may or may not have learned from family, mention of symbols, like he'll at one point come over and actually, he doesn't even pull anything over. It's just with his fingers, we'll draw different symbols on the table. She'll be doing the same sort of thing. And for what it's worth, she still kind of plays up the flighty thing a bit. But now that she's in a conversation and actually involved, the speech pattern shifts a little bit. She gets a little more engaged and sounds a lot more normal. Reassuringly so, really.
You'll watch her for a bit, smiling softly. She'll probably catch him.
I'm sure she will. At one point or another, she'll gesture back to him when talking about her mother. And yeah, she catches the smile and you get just the most brilliant smile back. She just lights up. He'll even briefly, like, reach out a hand.
Gives her a squeeze back.
Then again, just the brightest smile. And yeah, she takes his hand for a moment, gives it a squeeze, and hers will actually linger there briefly as she turns back to talk. But with a couple moments, will loosen up to where he can take his hand back without an issue. But mostly, it's them talking about their extended family. Ambrose is pretty clearly kind of fishing, and enough similar notes are striking that they're starting to make some headway. In his case, you'll hear mention of Grandfather Owl a number of times. In her case, you finally start hearing mention of the Great Wolf.
It's lean against the door watching, you know what I mean? Studying. Like,
It is weird and it's roundabout. Certain terms really don't see the light of day. But they manage to kind of do the weirdest hedge around talk that is just far enough that it's kind of pushing and even exceeding the edges of what Anton himself understands and knows. But for the most part, it sounds like talking about really, really eccentric family and, in a way, kind of weird, dated religion.
While they're talking as well, he's going to flick out his phone and he's going to check on his family, his actual family.
Who are you messaging what?
Christine. And he's like, hey, is everything cool?
And Christine will be messaging back saying, oh, yeah. I mean, Phil's yelling at the computer, but that's about normal.
Okay. Anything else?
Nah, not really. Situation normal, my captain.
Cool. It's cool. How's mom?
She's mom.
All right. And how are you?
I seem to still be me, too. It's crazy.
Good. Glad. Captain is pleased.
Oh. Can't have otherwise.
Damn Stimpy.
Everything okay on your end?
I'll be all right, yeah.
When do I get another movie night? You owe me.
A couple of days.
Couple of days.
Yeah, I've been a bit busy, but I haven't forgotten.
Good. Better not.
I haven't, don't worry.
I'm just saying, if you miss movie night, I might never forgive you.
Don't be so dramatic.
Oh, nope. Drama is absolutely necessary.
All right, Pinky Jean.
Good. I'm glad we see eye to eye.
Smirks as he closes his phone back in his pocket.
Yep.
What about the other two? From what I can hear.
Two?
Yeah,
From what you can hear, like, Becca is bitching. And with Anton no longer in range, Suzanne is sounding more herself, and the two of them are firing off pretty well.
What's Becca bitching about me, probably?
I mean, she's bitching about being locked out of her house. It's like they don't think I have it. Oh, fuck me. I left my key inside. Son of a bitch. If I have to sleep in the garage, I'm taking you with me. Suzanne's like, I mean, I don't know about you, but there is a perfectly serviceable RV over there. Oh, no, Dad always locks the RV. Even I never go in the RV. Shit. And Suzanne's like now joining in the bitching about how they better not be locked out here all night.
Smirks to himself. This is what turns to watch back the chuckle fuck duo.
I mean, I thought that was the Chucklefuck duo.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, he looks away from the Chucklefuck duo and goes back to Team Gaia.
Yeah, Team Gaia is starting to catch more and more terms and trends in common. It's gotten to the point where Ambrose has actually scooted over, Heidi scooted over, and they're practically shoulder to shoulder. And again, periodically one will trace out like some design on the tabletop with a fingertip, not actually like using anything to leave a mark, but enough to gesture the symbol. And talking about, again, it sounds like weird ceremonial bullshit. I mean, none of it is sounding but so showy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all like using the dirt in that rite that you witnessed is not just using, dirt. They're speaking in more personal terms about it. There's a lot of kind of totemic representation in it and to it.
Yeah, he'll wait for them to eventually finish, or then kind of be watching, kind of again on edge.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the conversation just kind of goes like that for a bit until Ambrose finally looks up and seems pleasantly surprised. It's taken some of the wrinkles out of his face, even. He just, damn. Not so long after all, maybe.
Smirks. I told you, she's a bright girl.
She is a very bright girl. Gives Heidi a pat. She does not take it in any kind of way that she's getting pat on the head. She is, in fact, quite used to it by now. And it's just glowing happily because this guy, he knows the things that like her dad did and her mom did, and this is fantastic.
So what's the plan then?
Plan is to stay here, whereas kind of does the hand wobble. It's safer. Grandfather Owl does not know her. But Grandfather Owl will hinder any that come onto my land.
Yeah. And what about look over at towards the door?
Which one?
The redhead.
It's him. He does not know her. But he defends my land. He knows that this... He kind of gestures, again, out beyond the walls, essentially. He knows that this is mine. He knows that this should be safe. And so he will keep it safe. He will hinder any who come to do harm. Matches will not light. Sneaky steps will stumble. He will hinder those who come to hurt me and mine. He's just lucky that they are here as well.
Nods. She'll head back in the morning.
And you?
I need to figure out what it is.
You're planning to go back out there?
Not now.
And what do you do tonight?
I'll keep around here.
Good. He kind of squints at you thoughtfully. Is Anton still like running rage for? Is he still white knuckling?
A little bit, but it's more like he's pacing. You know what I mean?
I mean, it can abate over time as like the source of the excess rage is gone.
Yeah.
Like you can still linger a little high, but I imagine the worst of it's going to start bleeding off.
Yeah, the worst of it's over, but he's still, he's still on edge. You know what I mean? It's more of, I am now like scanning everywhere, like nothing escaped me, but he's nowhere near like running white hot. You know what I mean?
Are you going to sleep?
Eventually.
And he looks kind of paternally skeptical, but not judging, just kind of like, yeah, sure you will. I see you're pacing shit. It was fine, like, come Heidi, we will make coffee.
The girls are wondering if they can go in the RV.
He's better to let in the house. There's nothing for them to not see.
Nods. Walks over and unlocks the door.
And the two girls, like, hear the click. Do you, like, open it, pop your head out or anything?
Yep.
That you see both faces whip around to face you at once.
Dad said, "Could you're allowed to come back in again?"
Did he tell you to lock it in the first place, or you just feeling frisky?
Considering what was out there, I'm feeling frisky.
So you locked us out with it?
No. You're safe. I was just being a bit paranoid.
The eyebrows kind of pop up like, are you serious right now? Suzanne reaches over and kind of gives her a shove, like, stab it.
Says you said you should probably go, make up a room.
Oh, yeah. Come on, you. Fancy braids. What even is with that? I mean, they go right back into, like, kind of mumble talking as they go ahead and head inside. Though there is a side comment of, like, never seen someone get so territorial so fast in my goddamn life. As she, putters into the spare room.
Walks back into the team Gaia. I'm assuming Heidi is like puttering around with Ambrose.
Oh yeah. Team Gaia is learning how to make coffee with an actual, like, Turkish coffee set.
I mean, once they hand him the coffee, he'll take the coffee.
Ambrose is no fool. And he's pretty sure you're going to be up for a hot minute until you bleed off whatever the hell you're writing on, which he knows is a lot more persistent than any fucking adrenaline he's ever going to get in his life.
Just looks to Heidi. Can I talk to you outside?
Mm-hmm.
You just walk with the coffee. Nod to Ambrose and thanks with the coffee, kind of holding up like, thank you. You know what I mean?
Yep. Ambrose doesn't seem especially fussed.
So you walk and sit down on the porch steps.
Heidi will come and perch next to him. Like, right up next to him. He's perfectly comfortable inside his personal space.
Sorry for looking you around like you're a piece of cattle,
Oh, no. It's okay. Just trying to keep me safe.
I am. I want you to know that.
I know. She'll actually reach up and, like, pull his head down so she can give him a little peck on the cheek. I know.
It's good seeing you talk normally.
It's hard to think sometimes. A lot of the time.
Talk normally around me. Smirks a bit.
I think better when I'm around you.
I peck her on the cheek.
There's that same just kind of, like, warm little glow of a smile. I know. It's always been like this. It's okay.
Still sorry. It's not fair on you.
A lot of things aren't fair.
I know, but I can still be concerned and I can still be sorry.
Hmm.
Plus, it's not like I'm completely attached to you or anything, so whatever.
I'm pretty sure you're supposed to say baka.
Baka.
Yes, just like that. Oh, that's okay. I'm remembering.
Remembering what?
Little things, big things.
It's descriptive.
Mm-hmm. The teasing little edge to the spark.
I'm glad I have you.
I'm glad I have you to keep me safe. If I'm yours, that means I'm safe. That's how it works.
Do you want that?
Mom's not around anymore. I'm not hers. My family's far away.
Even if they came back?
I don't know. They weren't here. You were.
Saved you.
You did. She nests a little closer, like actually like puts the arm around the back of him. And I'm sure they wonder where I am. I'm sure they worry. They can't all be gone. There are very, very many. But they're not here, and you are. And you're the one who came through the wall.
Yeah. Could hear you screaming.
Hmm. But you answered me.
Of course it did. You heard my howl.
I did.
You remember?
Hmm.
Oh,
I try not to think about it, but I remember.
just remember about that big black wolf coming to get you.
I was scared.
Hey, I know.
Mother always told me that the great wolf looked over us. He reaches
Maybe,
up and kind of fondly ruffles his hair.
maybe they sent me.
Maybe he did.
Except from what I hear, he knows it's called Grandfather Thunder, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Except what I call it, and my people call it, it's called Grandfather Thunder.
They're not the same.
No, but you had the storm, right?
Hmm?
Yeah, well, there you go then.
Sorry, I just saw the messages pops at me.
Oh, be a few days, okay?
Be okay here. Ambrose remembers things too. Old things. Like Mom used to teach me.
Don't get caught up in too much, otherwise, well, you'd lose me. I'll end up getting confused.
I can't lose you.
Oh,
Mm-mm. I'm
Wait a-
yours, so I know you'll always come back. Always do.
suppose, yeah.
That's how it works.
Well, all right then.
And you'll always keep me safe.
Yeah. Oh well.
Just again, that just sweet smile.
We'll
And
go
soon I
over it.
can keep us safe too.
Yeah. Well, I think you and me are. Well, I think it's just going to be you and me for a long time.
Just us.
Yeah.
What about Suzanne?
She will see kind of the sad expression on his face as he looks up. Eventually, something's going to happen.
Bad things do follow us. They always do. I always knew there would be a day Mom wouldn't come home. But it still hurt. But Dad didn't think they would chase so far. They would find us so far. But I guess they were here too, the whole time.
Well, the second I thought something might put you in danger, smiles.
Don't be mad if she's scared.
I'm not mad. Not at her, not at you.
She,
That's-
again, nests up proper against his side, even tucking her head in against his chest. She can't help it.
Who?
Suzanne.
Lift her chin up, looking at her. I'm not mad at her.
No. But she's afraid.
I know. I'll talk to her in the morning. When I've calmed down. If I don't make her more scared.
It's a good idea.
I'll have you to calm me down a bit.
Can I sing here?
Maybe.
Would it be bad?
Maybe tonight, no singing. But tomorrow morning, definitely. Deal?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll just sing quietly for you.
You are a wonder, you know that, Heidi?
Hmm. It's easier to be happy if you don't think about the things that are sad. Cocks a startlingly intelligent glance up, look at him.
Suppose, but then sometimes it's easier to have a blend of both. Sometimes it's good to have someone who can balance you out.
Yeah.
And since apparently you're mine now or something, I think I've chosen you for that role.
Mm-hmm.
if you don't mind.
No, of course I don't mind.
You said you were betrothed?
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna come looking for you?
I don't know.
Are you gonna go back with him?
I don't want to.
Or not?
You saved me, not him.
Okay,
You heard me scream and cry, and you saved me.
I did.
Again, she just kind of reaches up, playing with his hair a bit. And even though I thought maybe that I would still die, and I was even scared of you, you still saved me.
Of course.
I don't care how big and strong or noble they think he is. If it had been up to him, I would be dead.
Oh. The rage starts coming back.
Oh.
Because he feels ways about that. That's Heidi, man. You know what I mean? It's not at Heidi. There's no anger at Heidi. It's more of mother. You know what I mean?
She starts just softly, like, shushing, not in a patronizing way, just kind of like how someone would lovingly calm, like, it's hard to say not patronizing and say like you would calm a child, but it's different than like telling him to shush, and it's more just trying to calm him, like coax him down.
And then if he comes here,
I'll tell him to go away.
I'll tell him.
This is how I know. See? She finally, of all things, scooches, kind of gives a squirm and gets up from under the arm and scooches a bit down the step from him, reaches up, tugs on his sleeve.
Looks over.
She just tugs.
What?
She's essentially just trying to coax him down to like lay his head in her lap.
He doesn't. He kind of touches his head against hers.
So he
No.
doesn't go all the way down, but he does bump his head with hers.
Yeah.
She still like ducks her head into it.
I don't know what it is about you, Heidi.
I don't either.
Looks around. It's empty. Can hear the girls.
Oh yeah, you can hear the nattering. Still going.
He pecks her on the lip. Very softly.
And for what it's worth, what little bit of startlement there may be, she doesn't seem to protest in the least. It's crazy. Feel the slightest pressure back. Again, just see that sweet little smile when he leans back up again. Or when he looks up again. Whatever the case may be.
Just holds her hand and stares out at the ridgeline.
Eventually, like, ends up rubbing a hand up and down his back. You don't have to be so bristly. This is the safest place. They're watching.
I know. So protective. You've done your job, now I'm doing mine.
It's kind of a not even an annoyed look. She doesn't tend to get. I mean, she does get annoyed, but not by something like this. Just kind of like a little ruffle. She says, "Fine, then I'll rest out here with you." Proceeds to claim his lap. This is hers now. That way he can be sat up and looking all alert. And she can be comfy. So there. You
Well,
won't be comfy, she will.
Well, eventually have to go to bed.
Oh, wait.
You want to share a bed with me?
I always share a bed with you.
I mean, just me.
I don't mind.
It's up to you. You get to make number one call on this. Bonks or nose.
I don't mind, Suzanne. Who cares?
I know.
I just want to be close to you.
But just do you and me tonight. Suzanne can chat with Becca and calm herself down.
Okay.
You kiss me back.
I did? A little grin.
Oh, that wasn't, yeah. Uncomfortable.
No.
Good.
Studies him for a couple seconds thoughtfully. Just, again, it's a very open expression. She doesn't get, like, this isn't the sus face. Just very openly kind of looks up and down his expression. He's still a bit bristled, still extremely attentive, still lending an ear and an eye periodically to the area around them.
Mm-hmm.
And after some due process, lean up and give him the same gesture herself. Again, it's just a very light peck on the lips.
Reciprocates in the same way.
Then she breaks into a sweet smile, and that seems relatively content, and just curls up against his chest.
He'll eventually haul her up in his arm. Just, oop. He stands up.
Oh. Like, he hoists up. Oh, going inside now.
This will be after in like another half an hour. You
Oh,
know?
okay. Then yeah, you get ample time to be a territorial monster. She doesn't
Yeah.
seem to give a shit. She lounges in the lap and seems perfectly content and perfectly tranquil there.
He'll haul her up so she's right against his chest and walk inside with her.
Yeah, the two girls are still nattering away in Becca's room.
Turns to Ambrose. It's her second guest room.
They just kind of gestures.
He'll yell up to Suzanne. Gotta keep an eye on things. Heidi's having a bit of a freak out, so I'm gonna stay down here with her. Okay?
And Suzanne's like, oh, okay. You guys all right? Do you need anything?
Everything's cool. You okay?
Yeah, just catching up.
Okay. I'll probably pass out down here anyway, so we'll talk in the morning.
Okay.
I mean, if she sticks her head out, like it's clear. Like I'm assuming Heidi's like curled right in.
I mean, I imagine at some point, because I mean she does care. She just kind of like poke her head out. And, yeah, glances down the stairs, sees sees the two of them, sees Heidi all nestled. And yeah, with some reassurance, it's like, well, if you're sure, and admittedly seems at least a little relieved to have a chance to kind of just catch up and socialize for the first time in a long time.
You'll give her that genuine, smile. Go have fun, miss. Go on.
Yeah, there's a brief period of lip biting, but she finally nods, and
He gestures at Heidi. I got this one.
yeah, she just finally is fussed at from inside the room and turns to answer and offers a little bit of a wave, but goes ahead and pokes back in.
You look down to Heidi. So I'm assuming we're not telling her about the kiss.
She shrugs. What she be said?
I don't know. Would you want her to be sad?
No.
That's better not left sad.
Okay.
But we could still sleep in the same bed. He starts to walk in, holding on to her.
Yeah. You commandeer a spare room downstairs that admittedly makes most of its lifespan as an office, but there is a pull-out bed there for a reason. It's very possible that Ambrose crashes there periodically.
Yeah, he pulls out the bed, tucks Heidi in, gets in beside her, so she nestles.
Oh, she does immediately. Latches.
Get some sleep. I'll be right here.
And thankfully, peacefully, she does. Curls up with him and admittedly has been set in his arms for a hot minute now, so it's not hard for her to ease back half out. And
yeah, he'll eventually pass out as well.
Well, very well, sir. For now, you are safe, and we will call it there.
Da-na-na.
Nya-nya-nya.